Alright, hello everyone, and this is Sean Crow. And today we're going to be talking about Minecraft split screen multiplayer on your PC. And actually, you can have as many players as your PC can handle. And the great thing about this mod, this Joypad mod, is that it has now been updated for 1.7.2 and it is Forge compatible, which means that you can install other mods with this mod. And the first thing you're wanting to do is you're going to want to go and get the Joypad mod, which you can get in the link below, and get Forge. Now, on the Forge website, right now, today, it is 3.6.2014, and so the version that they have here is two versions for 1.7.2, and that would be version 3.4 or version 2.4. You're going to want to get the version 2.4. I've tried it with 3.4. I know other people have tried it with 3.4, and what you're going to get is you're going to get login errors. It's just not cool. Now, I installed the window installer. It doesn't really matter. You can use the Java installer as well. I've used both in the past. It just, pick whatever one you want. Go ahead and download that Forge installer. Now, once you got it downloaded, I've already put it here. You're going to double click on it. All right. And then say yes. Now, we're going to want to install the client, not install a server. If you're doing a server, then I'm assuming you don't need this video because you probably have a good understanding of what Minecraft and how it works. Make sure that it goes to the proper Minecraft location. If you don't know where this is, then it probably will automatically find it, so don't worry about it. And then click OK. So it'll take a little while to download, and mine's going to download really fast because I'm going to skip through this part. Alright, so I'm successful and I installed the client Forge. I click OK because I'm happy about that. Then what I want to do is I want to go to Minecraft, open up Minecraft. Alright, so once Forge is successfully installed, you're going to want to go here and edit your profile. And you're going to want to choose the release version down here, 1.7.2 Forge 10.12.0.1024. Click Save Profile. And then you're going to play it once before you go ahead and install those mods, just to get Forge up and running. This wasn't actually, I don't believe this is necessary anymore, but this is how you did it back in the old days, so I guess we're just going with tradition on this one. I've never really tested it out if you could just install the mod right away. Okay, so we can see that Minecraft Forge is definitely installed. You see this here, and Minecraft Forge installed version. We have 3 mods loaded, and these are the mods that come pre-loaded with Forge. They're actually part of Forge. So let's go ahead and quit the game here. Now, we're going to want to install the Joypad mod. So how do we do that? Go ahead and open Minecraft, and once it gets loaded, go down to the edit profile, okay, and go to open game directory. Now here you'll see a folder that says mods, okay. That's where you're going to put all your mods in that you want to install for Forge. So we are going to put in the Joypad mod and these 2 other mods that I have just to show you that Forge is working and it's compatible together. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy these into the mod folder. There we go. So now I have the Joypad mod. You don't need these 2 mods. Again, these are just the example to show you that Joypad is working with other mods. But you can just go ahead and put the Joypad mod in, or whatever mod you want. I suggest starting small at first because there may be possibly mod conflicts, though that would be rare in the case because you're using Forge. So once you got that in, we are going to go ahead and cancel this, and we will play. And you should see that now, instead of having 3 mods, we will have a total of 6 mods installed. So let's go ahead and load this up. Alright, 6 mods installed. And you can tell that Joypad is, if you go to Options, Controls, you can see here that this is the Joypad mod controls, and you can change it to your Xbox controller, keyboard, or this is my mouse, the G500. Okay, let's go ahead and done. Now let's set up the game for multiple players. Back in the old days, what you would do is you would open two instances of Minecraft, and you would choose one to say play offline, and one would just sign in as normal. The problem is that it doesn't work anymore because there is no offline button. And so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to trick Minecraft into thinking that there is more than one user. Because what happens is if you try to open two instances of Minecraft, you're going to get error. So what you're going to need here is we're going to need to set up 2 or more users. And it's very easy to do that. Let's go ahead and go to Edit Profile, Open Game Directory, and we're going to go to Versions here, right? Now what I want you to do is I want you to copy this folder. Okay, and we'll paste it. Okay, now we got a copied version of that folder. Now let's go ahead and rename it. I'm going to rename it Guest. Okay. Then we're going to go in here and we're going to change the jar file to Guest. If I could spell. Then we're going to change the Johnson file to, I call it Johnson, it's JSON, but you know, whatever, to Guest. It looks like a shortcut for Johnson. Just come ahead. Now we're going to edit it. You can go ahead and use Notepad or any program you want. As you can see, it's a little confusing in Notepad because Notepad just kind of clumps it all together. I suggest using another program. I'm going to be using WordPad. WordPad should be installed on your computer and everyone should have it. So this won't cramp it all together and you can easily see what we're doing here. What we're going to do here is we're going to change 2 things. We're going to change the ID to Guest. You can see a theme here. And then we're going to change the username. You see how it says auth player name? What that is it's saying this is a variable and it says insert the player that's logged in. We're going to change it to whatever variable you want. I'm going to change it to Guest. You could of course change it to whatever name that you want. And then I'm going to go ahead and save. Alright. And it is saved. Alright, so now we got our Guest set up. I also want to mention that you can add more than just one extra player. All you need to do is go back, create a copy of Guest, paste it, and then, change it to Guest 2. And then go through and change this to Guest 2. And this to Guest 2. Open up the file. Change the ID to Guest 2, and then change the username to Guest 2. Alright, so you can see you can make 100 different profiles that you could use for this. Of course, I don't know why you'd want 100, but most people are just going to use 2. But you can see how you can easily add more and more players if you happen to have a big family and a lot of monitors. So once you have that set up, we're going to go back to Minecraft here. We are going to want to create a new profile. So let's go ahead and cancel here, create a new profile, and we're going to call this profile Guest. Now, for every player, you're going to have to create a profile for them. So like you create profile Guest 2 for Guest 2. And then go down to version here and choose released guest. Okay? And click save profile. Now, as you can see, Guest 2 is not in here. Why is it not in here? The profile doesn't show up. All you have to do is get out of Minecraft and go back here and reload Minecraft back up, and that profile will show up that version will show up in the version. So if you're not getting the version that you just did, it's just that Minecraft needs to be restarted. And you see if you go here to edit profile, go down the version, you see there's a Guest 2. Alright, so if you're having that problem. Alright, so we're making a new profile. We're naming it Guest. We're going to go down here and change the version to Guest. And we're all ready to go. We'll save that profile. So here's what's going to happen. If you choose Profile Vanilla, it's going to log you in as the authentic name STC105, which is my name, so it'll log me in as STC105. If you choose guest, it will log you in not as STC105, but it'll log you in as guest, as we showed in this JSON file. Okay? So now we have our settings to play with more than one player. So what you're going to want to do is I'm going to go ahead and open one game using the vanilla profile. All right? Using the release 1.72, 10.12.024. Then at the same time, you're going to want to open up another Minecraft window. And you can see this Minecraft's already loaded up. You want to make sure that you choose the guest profile so that the guest will load up instead of the vanilla. And we're going to click play on here. Okay, so now I have two versions of Minecraft running. I have, this is the vanilla version with the Forge installed, and this other version, when it loads up here, is guest, okay, with Forge installed as well. Now you're going to want to set one of your versions to use the Joypad, which in this case is the Windows controller. I'm going to click done there. And you can tell, let me get my controller. You can see that now I am using my controller to move this around. Let's go ahead and single player. Let's create a world. Don't really care what it is. All right, so our world is set up, and now sometimes when you load up with the Joypad, it'll just like randomly like do this, and all you gotta do is start moving your Joypad around, and it will automatically go away. You can see I have another Forge mod installed here because you can see that there is a HUD display up there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and press escape and say open the LAN, start LAN world. I'm gonna come over to this one, and this one's using the mouse. See? My mouse is over here, but I can still move the second window, or the first window, I guess. And this way you can play multiplayer. I'll go to multiplayer. I'll click the LAN world. I'll click join server. And ta-da! I'm here. And we can both play together. Where, I don't know where my other character is. But, oh, there he is. Right there. It looks, that's what I look like right there. I look like Harry Potter. For real, I do. Hi, everybody. Okay, so now you can play 2-player, and this is awesome. You can play 3-player. If you want to play with 3 players, you'd have to go and create another version, and instead of naming it guest, you would just name it whatever you want, guest 2, right? Now, you can go into the options here, and controls, and you can change all the controls here. You can turn inverted on, off, toggle sneak on, off. Some of the controls don't work yet, such as the... You can't do it with the mouse. Such as the sprint. I don't think sprint works yet, but they're working on that. Next, I'm going to show you how to go into the config file and change that for even better, tweak the controls for more, betterness. Can't think of the word. All right, I'm going to go ahead and quit all this. All right, so we're back here in our Minecraft folder, .minecraft, and we're going to go to the config folder. And you'll see that in here we have a thing called Joypad Splitscreen Mod CFG. That's the config file for the Joypad game. Now in here you see we have Joypad STC105. That's my main username. And down here on my controller for the Xbox 360, You can see I can choose game sensitivity. That's the sensitivity of the axis, the controller, axis in the controller in the game, and then GUI, which is graphic user interface, that's the sensitivity of it actually in the menus or when you're crafting. So you can actually, with this new version, you can change the sensitivity different. So the game sensitivity might be a little bit lower, while the graphic user interface sensitivity might be a little higher. You go down here, you can change individual joypad access dead zones. So for example, let's go ahead and go down to movement Y, movement X. You can go down to camera Y plus, camera X minus, camera X plus. Now in here, in this specific area, you can go over to this little area over here, and this will be your dead zone. See, dead zone. And dead zone basically means how far you have to push before the controller recognizes that push. So you can increase this if you feel like your controller is a little too, when you push it, it goes too fast, too quick. And this will kind of show, this will kind of decrease that, making it so you have to push a little bit further to go get that movement. You can change a lot of things in here. A lot of this stuff you're probably not going to want to change. I would say stick with the dead zones and the sensitivities. Honestly, I wouldn't try to change too much of this stuff because a lot of this stuff you can go ahead and change in the options menu. Now, I do want to mention something here that it's kind of a benefit and a curse at the same time, is that Joypad will actually create configuration files for each user. So for example, I have STC105 as a user. If I were to go back into Minecraft and I were to log in as guest, remember how we created the guest user by using the guest version? And I'm going to go ahead and log in as guest. So when I press play, it's going to log me in as user guest, not user STC105. So let's go ahead and get Minecraft loaded up here. So Minecraft loads up, and we're going to go ahead and go to our options, and not mods, options, controls, and we're going to go ahead and turn on the Xbox 360 controller. I can change the sensitivity here, and you can change all the controls here that you want, which is very useful. You can change the invert. I'm going to go ahead and click done, and then I'm going to quit the game. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and go back to our Minecraft folder. So we're going to go to edit profile, open game directory, go to config, go to Joypad Splitscreen mod, and now you'll see that there is a thing for guest, and if you go further down, there is one for STC105. So what this means is that you're going to have to edit a profile for each person that is using a joypad in this game. You can't just create one for everybody. Now, you're going to have to load up the game and choose a joypad and then quit the game and go back here and edit this. It's kind of a downside. I kind of wish they would put all of this, like these kind of things, editable in the options. But, for what they've done, this is pretty good. So make sure you keep that in mind when you have multiple guests. Of course, you can add more than just 2. You can have, 5 people playing on your PC. You're going to want to go in here and edit each one. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them below. I hope this helps you. I know this is unnecessarily complicated, but it's not that difficult. It's just I wish there was like a type in your username button, honestly. But they didn't do that. So you have to do it the old-fashioned way, or should I say the hard way. Go ahead and edit the files. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have fun with your friends and family, and I'll see you later.